Act as best script right and change the script so it won't match with original one. Make it spin the content, and remove any channel name if there. Write the description of around 8,000 words. Remove timestamps. 29. Nikon ZFR and Nikon ZS. Which one coming? YouTube? https www.youtube.com. Watch. VVJBBFA5RJQ transcript. WYDEO. Nikon seems to be preparing something special for photography enthusiasts, especially those who love the blend of old-school charm with cutting-edge digital performance. Two rumored models, the Nikon ZFR and the Nikon ZS, are at the center of much online chatter. While neither has been officially confirmed, trusted sources and leaks have painted an exciting picture of what these cameras could offer. 0.27. Though both cameras seem to pull from Nikon's rich past, they're headed in slightly different directions. Let's explore what sets these two models apart and what kind of photographer each might appeal to. Music. Both the Nikon ZFR and the Nikon ZS embrace vintage styling, but they take different paths in how they interpret that retro vibe, or 103. The Nikon ZFR is expected to continue where the Nikon ZF left off, a full-frame mirrorless camera with a look straight out of the film era. The ZF's popularity was driven not just by performance, but by how it felt to use, like holding a piece of photographic history. The ZFR could build on that nostalgia with an even more refined and pro-level take on the design. Or 128. The key difference might be the addition of a better, more ergonomic grip, which many ZF users had to add themselves through third-party accessories. If Nikon gets this right, it could make the ZFR more comfortable without sacrificing its vintage aesthetic. On the other hand, the Nikon ZS is rumored to lean more into the minimalist rangefinder-style body, reminiscent of Nikon's own S-series film cameras. 01.54. Think compact, sleek, and simple. A design choice that moves away from the DSLR-style look of earlier Z models. The ZS could be Nikon's answer to Fujifilm's wildly successful X100 series, but with a full-frame sensor and a zoom out, offering more flexibility with lenses. There's even talk of a hybrid viewfinder that combines optical and electronic elements, which could set it apart from anything else on the market. 228. This is where the ZFR could really shine. Rumors suggest a massive 60-megapixel full-frame sensor might power the camera, one that's already proven itself in models like the Sony A7R5 and Sigma FP. For photographers who demand detail, whether they're shooting landscapes, portraits, or commercial work, this sensor would be a serious upgrade over the 45-megapixel sensor found in the Nikon's A7DU. 2.59. The quality of this sensor might go even further, with potential for improved dynamic range and better color depth. There's talk about 16-bit image processing, which would provide smoother tonal transitions and richer post-processing potential. While megapixels grab headlines, it's the sensor's depth and flexibility that professionals really care about, and the ZFR could be setting the bar high. 0322. The ZS, while still expected to feature a full-frame sensor, might not push resolution to the same heights. It's likely to strike a balance between high performance and portability. No solid numbers have leaked yet, but it's plausible that Nikon would go with a sensor offering something in the 24 to 45 megapixel range. 342. Enough to deliver sharp, detailed images while keeping file sizes manageable for travel and street photographers. Speed isn't expected to be the headline feature of the Nikon ZFR, but that's by design. It's rumored to shoot at around 10 frames per second, which is more than enough for general photography. This isn't a sports camera. 408. It's for people who like to slow down, frame their shots carefully, and chase image quality over burst rates. The ZS might offer more agility. Even though it's not a performance-first model like the Nikon Z8 or Z9, the compact body and simplified controls suggest a fast and responsive shooting experience. 4/128. This would be perfect for street photographers who need to be quick but discreet. Add in a potential hybrid viewfinder, and you're looking at a camera that could make everyday shooting not just easier, but more fun. Despite its stills first focus, the Nikon ZF-R might include 8K video recording. 04.54. That might sound like overkill, but a high-resolution sensor like the rumored 60-megapixel one allows for oversampled 4K and sharp cinematic footage. It could also benefit from Nikon's excellent color science, making it appealing to hybrid shooters who want to dabble in both photography and video without sacrificing quality. 05.15. The ZS might not hit the same resolution highs for video, but that doesn't mean it won't be capable. Rumors suggest features like 4K at 120 frames per second could be on the table, as well as ProRes RAW support for a compact body. Those are powerful tools. It's clear that Nikon wants the ZX to be more than a pretty face. 05.37. It's also shaping up to be a solid option for vloggers, content creators, and travel videographers. When it comes to size and handling, the Nikon ZDS is expected to be the more compact and lightweight of the two. This makes it ideal for travel, street photography, or anyone who wants a powerful camera that doesn't take up much space. 0605. The lack of a traditional grip might make it feel more like a Leica or a Fujifilm rangefinder. Easy to carry and possibly even pocketable with the right lens. The ZF-R, while still retro-inspired, will likely be a little bigger and more solidly built. It's aimed at people who want a high-performance, high-resolution camera, but still appreciate classic design. 0626. It's more suited to serious shoots, where detail and quality matter more than compactness. Think studio work, editorial portraits, fine art, and controlled environments. The Nikon ZF-R is shaping up to be a niche product for serious photographers who want something unique. It's not trying to be the fastest or most rugged, but it's likely to be one of the most beautiful and capable cameras Nikon has ever made. 0659. With a rumored release date stretching into late 2026 or early 2027, Nikon seems to be taking its time to get everything right. That kind of slow, thoughtful development often leads to something special. Expect the price to reflect that, likely sitting somewhere above the current ZOF and closer to high-end mirrorless territory. Euro 720. The Nikon ZS, by contrast, might hit the market much sooner, possibly ahead of the 2024 Summer Olympics. It's aimed at a different crowd: street shooters, travel enthusiasts, and photographers who want a full-frame camera in a beautiful compact shell. At a rumored price of around $3,500, it sits squarely in the premium category, but it's still more accessible than some medium format or flagship cameras. 0749. For many, it could be the dream travel companion or an everyday creative tool. While both the Nikon ZF-R and the Nikon ZS are steeped in nostalgia, they offer very different experiences. The ZF-R is a high-resolution powerhouse in retro clothing designed for photographers who care deeply about image quality and design. The ZS, meanwhile, is a sleek, modern-day rangefinder that promises elegance, portability, and strong all-around performance in a compact body. 08-26. Each camera appeals to a different kind of shooter, and that's exactly what makes them both so exciting. Nikon is clearly listening to its users and responding with thoughtful designs that push the brand forward while celebrating its heritage. Whether you're drawn to the promise of medium format-like detail in the ZF-R or the street-ready charm of the ZS, one thing is clear. 849. Nikon's future looks beautifully retro. Music.